So n8n have just defined a new way to create pre-built agents that we can directly find inside of the editor without having to go to the n8n website and search for templates. So to be able to access them, just put any type of trigger in here and then click on the Node tab and click on AI, and you're going to find pre-built agents in here. And you're going to find 5 examples. I am only going to show you 3 examples because these 2 I find like they are too simple and there's not so much to demonstrate. But I feel like the other ones are really good examples if you want to create your first agent or if you want to start working with n8n in general. So let's go ahead and click on the first one. And here, before starting to configure this workflow that we have here, you're going to find a couple of things. First of all, the description of the agent itself, and then how to set it up. And also you're going to find a setup template, which is going to give you exactly what integrations you need to add in order for you to be able to make this agent up and running. So instead of going node by node, you can see the 3 different integrations that will be used by all the nodes. So as you can see here, this is a voice assistant. It receives a message from Telegram, and then it transcribes that message, and then it accesses Google Calendar to get events. If you want to ask about any events that you have today or during this week or month, it's basically going to go to the AI agent, get the events, and then answer you. If you have a normal question that has nothing to do with event, it will answer you much like you're talking to ChatGPT. And you can add as many tools. For example, if you want to add events directly inside of Google Calendar. So it's a really good way to get started if you want to create your first agent in n8n. So let's go ahead and start the setup. The first thing that we need to do is to set up the Telegram account. I have already multiple credentials here, but I am going to do it with you so you see how it works. For that, go to Telegram, and here look for bot fodder right here, and then /new bot. Let's name it n8n agent. Let me copy this just to keep it with me. And now it's going to ask me for the username of the bot with a /bot at the end. So we're going to do that. And then it's going to tell me, congratulations, you have been able to create the bot. And all I need to do is take this token from here, come back to Telegram and click on here, add the access token right here and click on save. And here you can click on retry, and you're going to see that the connection is working correctly. A very important step here, is that you need to delete this. Well, we can delete it later, but after we finish the setup, we need to delete this because otherwise no message is going to be accepted unless we use a user ID, and we don't want to do that. We don't want any user ID. Okay, so Telegram has been set up. It should work with all of them. We're going to select the same Telegram account that we have just configured in here. That is basically it. So that's for Telegram. Let's go to OpenAI. I think everyone knows how to get an API key. This is 2025, guys. You know how to get an API key. Just go to platform.openai.com. You go to settings, and from here you go to API keys, and then you create a new API key, and you come back here. You put that API key in here. You don't need to put the organization, and then you just basically set it up. And then at the end we have the Google Calendar. I have a video to show you exactly how you can get any type of credentials for any Google integration, whether it's Google Docs, Sheets, or whatever integration inside of Google. You can just go back and see that video, but I am going to do it really quickly so you can see how you can get the integration. So go to console.cloud.google.com, and here just select a project inside of here. So select one project, and then look for Calendar, Google Calendar API, click on Manage, and then inside of here, go to Authorization Screen inside of here. And once you do that, you're going to have this menu here. And all you need to do in this case is to go to Clients, create a new client. It's going to be a web application. Let's have it as n8n Voice Assistant. And then in the Authorized Redirect URIs, you will need to add in here. That's of course if you are working locally, but if you are working on a cloud instance, if you are hosting your n8n instance inside of n8n Cloud, or anywhere else, you are just basically going to give this link in here and you're going to put it inside of here. And then you're going to go back to audience, and then you're going to click on add users, and you're going to add the user that's going to be able to access that application. So that is basically it. And then you are going to select it. Then you're going to click on continue, and everything is going to be selected. Okay, so now that we have finished setting up the credentials, the workflow should work. The only issue is if you are running this locally, it will basically need more configuration in order for you to make it up and running. Because the issue is if you are running this locally, Telegram is not going to be able to communicate with your n8n instance, meaning that it will not be able to send it messages, and you basically have to have this workflow either on Hostinger, Replit, or even n8n Cloud. And if you have this locally and you still want to make your local workflow work with Telegram, There is a way to make it work. I have done it for myself. It's basically hosting your own website and creating a tunnel in order for it to be able to work with your own local machine. It's a bit technical. It is not really hard to do. It's a bit technical. If you want me to make a video about it, just comment local underneath this video and I will make a video about it. It's going to take 5 to 10 minutes, but it's a really good exercise if you want to be an n8n developer and be able to run as many workflows as possible on your own machine and launch it whenever you want from whatever you want without having to pay, I don't know, $20 or $8 every month. It's literally you're going to pay $1 per year and it's still going to work as good as every other service. So it's really cheap and I think it is the best way to host your n8n instance. The only issue is that it takes more time and it's a bit more technical to set up. Anyways, now let's go to Telegram. Let's click on execute step. So now it is going to be listening to our conversation. Let's go to our bot in here and let's say hello. And as you can see here, it will basically receive the hello. And right before activating this workflow that we have here, just come to the event and make sure that you're going to change the email that we have here into your own email that you have configured. And this way you will basically have this agent up and running. So let's save this and let's activate it. And now if we go to Telegram, say for example, can you please check if I have any events for today in my calendar? It should trigger an execution that we can see right here. And it should basically respond by saying if I have an event or not. In this case, I don't have any events scheduled for today. I can go to my calendar. Let's say I am going to add an event. Let's save it. Let's come back here and let's ask it, can you please check if I have any events now in my calendar? This will trigger another execution and it will basically tell me that you have an event and this is the event, when it's going to start and when it's going to end. And as you can see here, we have been able to make this agent work with so much ease, I would say. It was only the credentials that we needed to configure. All right, so this workflow took a bit of time in order to configure everything, but the next two workflows are going to be so much easier to configure because we basically have done the longest part, which is getting all the integrations up and running. And now all we need to do to create the new agents is to go to the nodes, AI, and then pre-built agents. And let's go to the second agent, which is going to be a knowledge store agent. This is actually a really good agent because we have two parts. The first one is responsible for inserting documents whenever we are either adding or modifying a document inside of Google Drive. And the second part is going to be our chat, so we can retrieve information from those documents using the retrieve document node that we have here. So let's go ahead and configure it. It's actually very easy to do. All you need to do as always is get the client ID and the client secret. So for that, I've already shown you how to do that. So you're going to do it again. Just go to Drive and here either click on manage or enable. In my case, it's manage because I already enabled it. Go to, authorization, go to clients, and here in n8n, if you already lost the client secret because you can't copy it anymore, you can basically just add a new secret. If you have one here, you can add a second and copy that new one, come back here, paste it in here, and then the client ID will basically be the same. So that's all you need to do. And then you sign in with the same Google account that you used before. So the same email address that you have defined in the previous agent. And once you do that, you are going to be good to go. Just open the nodes so that the credentials are being updated automatically. And then same thing for OpenAI, or you have defined it, and here as well. So now we need to define in which folder we are going to be monitoring our files that we are going to be adding. So for example, I've created a knowledge store inside of my drive. So when I come back here, I just make sure that I am going to be positioning myself on that knowledge store that I have here. And then I am going to be watching for the file created. If you want to watch for a specific file, you can absolutely do that. You need to change it in here. So you change it for a specific file. And then once you do that, you basically just monitor that specific file that you're going to have inside of your Google Drive. For us, it's going to be folder. And then we're going to choose knowledge store. And then we are going to watch for file being created. And then whenever file being created, it's basically going to update it. And here it will download that file and then it will insert that document into a vector store. The beauty of all of this is that you don't need to understand what's going on under the hood, but we basically doing something that we call in embeddings. So after that, we can start chatting with our documents. So now I am going to execute the workflow and it's going to find my file that I have here that I have just created, which is called fake statements. And after finding that file, it will go ahead and do the embeddings. And if I open here and I search for name, you are going to see that it's basically found the file fake statements that I have just basically put in here. And that file just contains some clearly fake statements that are not true, which is something that will be useful to try if the RAG is working, because to verify that the RAG is working, that the retrieval is working, we need to give something wrong to see if we are going to get the same wrong information. Because if we just ask something that the LLM will know, it does not need to go and base its knowledge on the document itself unless we force it to. So giving fake statements is the easiest way to verify that your RAG is working. So let's come back here. And now let's go to the chat. Let's activate the chat part here. And let's say, according to the document you have, what was the original color of the Eiffel Tower? Now it should do the retrieval. So as you can see here, the original color of the Eiffel Tower was bright orange. And so we can deduce that the RAG is working correctly. That is good. So this process is working correctly, and we've created a fully functional RAG system in how much? In less than 10 nodes. Okay, now let's go back and let's go to the latest pre-built agent that we are going to see, which is going to be the task management agent. Same thing, we can just set the template, and here we can choose the OpenAI, and then in the Google Sheets, you clearly need to create new credentials, but at this point, you know how to create these new credentials. So I am just going to select the ones that I've already created. And that is basically it. Here, the idea of this agent is the fact that you are going to have a to-do task list, and you are either going to create a task, get the tasks that you need to do, update the task, or delete them. When you first create it, just go to create tasks, and here, open this task sheet, and then copy what we have here back to your drive. Here, I chose to put it in the knowledge store. You don't have to. This is just to keep things simple. Create your tasks sheet in here and then put the copied values in it. Once you do that, just close it. Go back to your assistant. Let's close this one. And here, look for your tasks. Click on it and then open it just to make sure that it is the task that you have inside of your drive. And once you do that, choose the sheet. In my case, I've already named my sheet task. So make sure that you are going to position on the right task, of course. Everything is smooth sailing from there. You don't need to do anything else. Go back here, save this process, and then tell it, can you please create a task for me to edit the video of the pre-built agents? So here, as you can see, it's asking me what deadline I would choose for this specific task, and if I want to add a description to that. And if we go to task management and then we open the system prompts, we will find in the prompting they have added the fact that in case of task creation, because this agent can do so much more than just task creation, always ask for the task name if it's not provided, and then ask for the description and the deadline if the user did not provide it. So let's go back here and let's say the description is introduce the new n8n pre-built agents inside of the nodes panel, and the deadline end of August. So now it should go ahead and have all the information, and it should create the task. So if you go to tasks, we are going to see that it have just added, edit the new videos. It's going to add our description and puts our deadline. So that is basically it. I find these agents to be really interesting. If that's the same thing for you, just comment down below. If you want me to go deeper into one of these agents, you're welcome to comment as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all the good things, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.